Fire and Sand, Dorne's Defiance and the Death of Rhaenys. By the year 4 after landing, 6 of the 7 kingdoms had bent the knee to Aegon Targaryen. The Starks of Winterfell had submitted at the Trident. The Vale had yielded to Visenya and Vagar. The Reach and the Rock had been burned into obedience on the Field of Fire, and the Riverlands had risen under House Tully. Only Dorne remained free. The Desert Kingdom. Dorne, ruled from Sunspear by Princess Meria Martell, was unlike the other realms. Meria was ancient, blind, and frail, yet her will was iron. When Aegon sent envoys demanding submission, she replied with words that echoed through history. "You may burn us, King of Ashes, but you will not rule us." And so the dragons turned south. Rhaenys and Meraxes. It was Rhaenys Targaryen, youngest of Aegon's sister queens, who led the campaign. She was known for her curiosity, her charm, and her bond with her dragon Meraxes, vast and fierce with eyes like molten gold. Together they flew over the deserts of Dorne, searing castles and towns. Yet for every holdfast she burned, the Dornish vanished into the sands. The armies of Dorne refused open battle. Lords abandoned their keeps before the dragons arrived, leaving only empty stone behind. Guerrilla attacks harried the invaders. Supplies were cut, and the heat of the desert drained even the strongest soldiers. The spears of Dorne would not break, but neither would they yield. The fall at Hellholt. At last, Rhaenys and Meraxes turned toward Hellholt, seat of House Uller. It was there that fate struck. As the dragon soared above the castle's high walls, a storm of scorpion bolts, massive crossbow spears, shot from the battlements. One bolt, iron-tipped and cruelly barbed, pierced Meraxes through the eye. The great dragon screamed, a sound said to have shaken the mountains. With wings thrashing, she plummeted from the sky, crashing into the walls of Hellholt with such force that towers crumbled. Some say Rhaenys died instantly, crushed in the fall. Others whisper she lived long enough to suffer in the ruins. Taken by the vengeful Dornish, neither her body nor Meraxes' skull was ever recovered intact. What remained was shattered bone, broken stone, and silence. Aftermath. The death of Rhaenys shook the realm. Aegon was consumed with grief and fury. He unleashed Balerion the Black Dread upon Dorne, turning towns and fields to ash in his rage. Castles like Planky Town and the Wells burned, and thousands perished. Yet still the Dornish would not kneel. At last, after years of fruitless devastation, Aegon withdrew. 6 kingdoms he had won, but Dorne remained unconquered. Its people unbroken, its princes defiant. Not until a century later, through marriage and alliance, would Dorne join the realm of the Iron Throne. But the price had already been paid. In the deserts of Dorne, beneath the sun and sand, a queen and her dragon had fallen.